Purpose.
Hello, welcome to Youth of Purpose, a show that is here to give you a platform as young people to be able to get inspired, transform your lives, and put a brick in making sure that Uganda becomes better. And in the few years, we want to be here to say Uganda is, because we are. My name is Ivan Tumkonde. Welcome to the show. Today on the show, I want to be talking about something wonderful. As you can already see in my background, there is nothing that inspires more and triggers my thinking and enthusiasm when it comes to working hard than seeing young people who are putting up initiatives that are going to make Uganda a better nation. Today on the show, we want to be looking at young people that are doing an initiative that is so much interesting for you out there, and I'm hopeful you are going to be inspired. Today, I host young people from Artoy, Uganda Limited, and I want us to find out what exactly they are doing and actually how are they transforming their lives. And right with me on set, welcome on Youth of Purpose, and kindly say hello to the viewer.
Hello viewers, my name is Eddie and I'm here to take you through the journey.
Eddie, what's your other name?
Eddie Msaz Chigozi.
Now for us who are staunch Africans, we believe Musaz is your right name. Yes, welcome to the show.
Thank you, sir.
Musaz, tell me about Artoy Uganda.
Wow, Artoy is a company that we started in 2020.
Okay.
Towards the end of it,
Yes.
towards the end of 2020, and it has been a remarkable journey since then. We mainly work on toys. We deal in toys. Toys, when we say toys, we say things that help children to learn, to play, and to grow intellectually as children, because children love playing. So that's the what we are doing, and we specifically do the things or the items out of wood.
Wow.
We use locally made goods. I mean locally made materials. That's what we use to make those toys and other materials as we shall be discussing and sharing with you.
Okay. So of all things, why did you pick interest to do toys?
Yes, that's a very interesting question. You know, when we were growing up, we used to I remember a few years when we were growing up, we used to make some of these toys by ourselves. Children in the villages would go to the plantation and pick banana fibers and make balls and everything. Right now, all those things have changed. People stay in flats, so you find that a child plays with something, but he cannot think of how does that, say a toy car is made or a ball is made. So that's what we come up with, an idea of how do we start making those things that we used to do when we were still very young.
And I think that is very, very important for a child to be able, for example, to develop their critical thinking, their creativity, meaning that they learn to have solutions from within.
Absolutely.
You want to play, you have to be able to have the skill to make your own ball to go and play. You want to drive something, you need to have the mind to go and get some wood and make your own wooden bicycle or car. Wonderful.
Yes. So that's how the idea came from. And indeed we've been developing. You know, when you start small, then you add on ideas until where we are now.
Where does the idea come from?
The ideas come from because when you do something and you think it has not come out well, then you tickle your mind to keep on improving and improving and improving.
I mean, you're a team of 3 people.
Yes.
So where do you get the idea of saying, guys, let's get started on working on this?
You know, young people always sit down and think.
Yes.
Now, when you face a challenge, you want to find out how do we overcome this challenge. Some of the toys we made in the beginning, when you look at them, we even laugh because they were kind of low quality. Now we have moved a little higher, and some of the things that we make, some people actually find them and they don't even believe they're made here. So I think it has been a journey of adding on. And this is, I think the sky is the limit because we still have quite a number of things that we have not actually touched on.
So what's your vision as a company?
As a company, our vision is to dominate the toy industry in Uganda. When you look around, you'll find that all the supermarket, all the children's stores keep things from outside. Much of that is from plastic, which of course affects the environment. So we have a thinking that if we develop our own and we support our own and we be a bigger brand that can market in the whole of Uganda, we are saving environment, because ultimately plastic affects the environment, but some of these things can decompose, and trees they actually cut, but we also plant.
Okay.
So it is better than using plastic materials to make some of these toys.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so far, what have you been able to achieve, and how is your journey? How is the reception for Ugandans with your toys?
Now, when we started with toys, but then we brought in the aspect of education, because we realized that when you're playing, children play, but children also learn. So we are using that concept of toy making to blend it with learning. And many parents, schools have contacted us to give us new ideas, to come up with more products. And I think it is indeed very welcoming on us, because where we started and where we are is quite remarkable. We are giving young people employment, and we are also employing ourselves.
Sure.
So it is nothing better than that.
Yeah, sure. You talk about learning. One of the things that we are trying to embrace in the education system right now is STEM: science, technology, engineering, mathematics, and robotics.
Yeah.
So I want to understand, have you thought about how you can be able to incorporate the toys that you make to benefit from us embracing right now STEM? And for companies that are teaching STEM right now, have you been able to reach out to any to see if you can be able to make those products that they do use? Because much of what is being used, the toys that are being used for these companies that are teaching STEM, almost everything is imported. Absolutely. So how can you be able to tap into that market? Or actually, if you have, what are you doing about that?
What I can say about that, like about last year, there was Science Week of last year.
Yes.
And we were contacted by Kira Motors. Some of the guys from Kira Motors, they saw our work and they wanted us to give us a hint of what we can do.
Yes.
They came here, they gave us something to work on.
Okay.
They told us to work on a bus, and that bus should be wired. Wow. It can move. It can have lights, and we got a team of other young professionals, other young people who are not necessarily doing this, but can wire some of the things, and it produces light, it can move, and it was exhibited in the Science Week. I think it was remarkable. That's what we are trying to look at, that maybe in the next few 3, 4, 5 years, we can now start looking at these things we are making, but including in the technology and science to make it better. Okay. Yes, please.
Wonderful. When it comes to the issue of technology, like Kira Motors had asked you to be able to make a bus that is wired, that can move. Are you looking at having partnerships? So actually, do you have any partnerships on board that are to do with technology, such that you can have some of these toys automated to be able to move? Because as I can see now, someone would have to push these toys
or pull.
Exactly. So are you having plans on having them automated, or actually have you started working on technology that can help you to do that?
We are welcome to any partnerships. We are currently haven't received any people on board, but we hope as we move, people will appreciate our work, and when any chance comes, we are ready to take it.
Okay. So anyone who would love to come on board and be part of you guys, or actually anyone who would love to support your initiative to another level, what kind of support at the moment do you guys need?
Yes, like all startups, this thing needs a lot of machinery. I don't know whether you have toured our small
Sure,
workshop.
I have.
It needs a lot of machinery, which machinery uses cash.
Okay.
We started by using machines that are, I would say, domestic. But now, if you want to go commercial, you definitely need big and bigger machines, of which we don't have right now. We would hope that any individual, a company that would want to partner with us,
Yes.
we are most welcome, and then we can move. We push this thing. I think this is unprecedented in Uganda, if I may.
Yeah.
Because I've moved around, I've not seen anyone doing what
you're
do.
doing.
I've
Yep.
not seen.
Sure.
Probably if you, I don't know.
I haven't.
Yeah. So it is a new initiative, and always come up with new ideas. We are not limited to this. Right now we got an order. Someone is running an international school, and he wanted to come up with new ideas. So they told us, can you make us a fridge and a washing machine, such that if, out of wood of course,
Yeah.
such that if you put it in a classroom, children will know this is a fridge, this is how it is done, and this is how it is used.
Yes.
And the washing machine, how do we put clothes in a washing machine, how does it operate, and all that. And we are embarking on that, and we hope that more new ideas, because that's something that we've not been doing.
Sure.
But if you come up with it and we do it, we hope that much more things can come along the way.
For young people out there who would love to, for example, get started on working on things like this, or any young person who has a creative idea, and they don't know how to get started, what message do you have for them?
I always tell our young people that the most important thing is your head. Because some of the kids we work with have not even completed S4. Wow. But their heads, because these are things that we do with our own hands. So if you have something in your head, ideas in your head, it is always the startup capital you start with.
Yeah.
Then money comes along. So people always think that what you start with is money. But I always tell them that what we start with is capital. Capital is your head.
Yep.
Once you have an idea, you always move around and you find capital to work on it.
Thank you so much for speaking to us.
You're most welcome, sir.
Thank you so much. We go in for a short break. When we come back, we actually want to get into the nitty-gritties of how all these toys you're seeing right here are made. Can you actually learn to also be able to do the same? All that when we come back. Right here, we are in the workshop for Artoys, and as you can see, this is where everything is made. From the toys that you're seeing here, actually, which are just in the process of being worked on, to what you're able to see, the finished product right there. Everything is done right here. Very, very small space, but you can see the wonders that these young people are making right out there. And we want to be understanding exactly the process that they go through for us to be able to have something as beautiful as this one. Hello, Chief. Welcome to Youth of Purpose.
Thank you so much.
Kindly tell us about yourself.
My name is Uthman Kafombe.
Yes,
Chigozi.
Uthman. Okay.
Yeah.
Uthman, tell us about what you feel proud of and excited about working with Artoy.
With
With
Artoy.
Artoy.
What makes me excited is creating new stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, just creating new stuff.
Having something in mind and you're
Yes.
able to put it actually in
Exactly.
reality.
Exactly.
Okay, so what gets into your mind before actually you get started working on this? What do we start with?
First, we look at that thing that I'm going to produce. Secondly, what materials am I going to use? Just that, the design just comes into the brain, put it on paper, then I just bring it out.
How do you source your materials?
Materials. First, what we used in the first place, we used to buy offcuts.
Okay.
Yeah, offcuts from.
You just go to
various-
those
yeah,
other big workshops?
Endeavor
or
and
whatever they are.
why is there?
Yes.
Yeah, we used to get offcuts, but right now, currently, we are buying wood. We just buy wood from various places where they sell it from.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would love you to take us through the process of, for example, making that car.
Making a car.
Yes.
So what we start with, as I told you, we start with the design, because this one I don't need to explain it. Someone just sees it and knows it's a Land Rover, Land Rover Defender 110.
Yeah.
So what we look at when producing this, basically we just look at the body, the body. Yeah. First, when I make a sketch, I know that this is this. So the body and perspective, yeah, that's what makes the car perspective, because you cannot just make a car which is long and at the same time short. So that's the thing that I look at. Yeah.
So the products that you make here, basically you make what the client has ordered for, or you just do things and then put on display for people to buy?
We do we do it the other way, because when someone comes wanting something, we just make it. But at the same time, we make stuff to keep in store. If at all someone comes in the future, they will just purchase it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how we do it.
Okay, so take us through all the products that you do make here.
The products, there are quite many. Yeah, there are many. That's what I can say.
Okay.
We have abacus. We have these play toys, the Land Rovers. We have a Beetle. We have a Tomo. We have a van. The abacus, we have they are like 3 types. We have the short ones, numbers. We have the shapes. We have numbers. We have a short one and a long one. For the shapes, we have it is something short. You will see that it later when we visit the showroom.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So about the skill, how are you guys able to do this? Did you go for training to have the skill, or you just tried out your luck?
For woodworking, you have to be having the skill, of course. So me myself, as the designer of all this,
Yes.
it was a long story. Way back when I was still young, so I visited a woodworking place. They gave me the opportunity.
Yes.
I joined. I started with making those things, the sideboards, whatever. Yeah, that's where I got the skill from.
Okay. How has this, initiative impacted on your life?
It has made me visit many people. I mean, it has given me exposure,
Yeah.
as you know. Even you yourself,
Sure.
you wouldn't have been here if it
If
wasn't
you weren't
this.
doing this.
Yeah, yeah. that.
Okay, I've seen you a lot on social media,
Yeah.
showcasing all that you are doing. How is social media adding an impact to your business and actually making you grow?
Just know Uganda is very big. Yeah, the country is big. The whole continent is big. So,
Yes.
social media is one thing that is making you reach Nigeria in just a few minutes. When you post something,
Most especially TikTok.
you, of course,
Yeah.
just runs. Twitter, you get messages from people from outside, like USA. They come, they appreciate. So social media is very important, crucial in this whole process.
And it's the same platform that actually I was able to reach out to you.
Yeah, exactly.
And give you this platform.
Yeah,
What
thank
are
you so
some of
much.
the challenges that you face in this business?
Challenges. Yeah, challenges, we face them in various aspects. As you've seen, we have the production has its own, the marketing has its own. So everything, we are facing challenges. But what we basically look at is solving those problems. Yeah.
When it comes to the issue of the environment, because now climate change is a reality, and I do believe that all initiatives that we are doing, we have to put climate in perspective and consider it in whatever that we're doing.
Yeah.
How are you making sure that whatever you are doing is eco-friendly?
First, we make research. Yeah, because in the first place, people used to have plastic toys. So people who like our environment, so we came up with an idea like, let us
use wood.
come up with something that is eco-friendly, because wood, even if you just throw it there, it doesn't damage our environment. So that's how we've managed to play. We make research and know what to do at that particular time.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about the other materials that you use to make these toys? How eco-friendly are they?
The paint.
So everything you use in here is wood?
We use
no
wood.
Nails, nothing metallic?
Typically wood.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we
So how do you use the wood to make sure that where you would need a nail, the wood is going to work?
So what we use glue. In a place we would have used a nail, we use a dowel. So a colleague of mine is bringing that dowel so that I demonstrate to you how we use that thing. Because even on when we are looking at the children, so if at all this thing breaks, accidentally breaks, so the nails come out, so that thing will be
dangerous to the kids.
So we use dowels in that to replace it. So another thing is paint. Most people think that paint is more of plastic, but the paint that is that we use, these are the dowels that we use.
Okay. Yeah. The paint that you use?
The paint that we use doesn't contain lead.
Okay.
Yeah. So we are 100% eco-friendly.
Yeah. Where do you guys see yourself? What's the vision? Where are we going to see Artoy in the next 5 years?
Let me just tell you guys to just throw back in 2020 when we started.
Yes.
We started in a single room. You get it?
Okay.
In a single room, that's where we used to work from, sleep.
It's the workshop, it's the showroom, it's where you're sleeping,
the bedroom,
and everything.
Yeah, everything. So right now where we are, and the type of toys we are producing right now, they are on standard. So that means that in a few years to come, probably we'll be somewhere. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And any word of encouragement to the young people out there?
Young people, let them just focus on their dreams. You know, dreams are not easy to pursue, but just focus on them. Okay. Yeah, just pursue that dream.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Now, after the making, definitely what comes is the making of the money. How are they able to sell all these products and be able to make the money? Let's look at that. Now, when it comes to ideas and being able to execute them, the biggest issue is on how to sell, how to make the money out of the idea. Most of the young people have started up initiatives, but being able to make money out of them becomes very hard. Like we've heard it many times that most of us Ugandans are very creative and are actually one of the most enterprising countries in the whole world. But most of the enterprises that we start don't see their first birthdays. Today, I want us to look at how these guys are doing it different here at Artoy to make sure that they can actually make money out of this and definitely make it grow. Welcome to Youth of Purpose. Kindly say hello to the viewer.
Hi everyone, my name is Chiaga Umaru,
Yes.
and I work with Artoy Uganda Limited.
Mr. Chiaga,
Yes, sir.
what interests you and makes you so excited being part of Artoy?
Wow. The whole concept, the whole idea, the whole initiative, the uniqueness and everything about it.
Amazing.
Yes.
As you understand that, yes, we have ideas and everyone would love to do something of their own. We have dreams, things we would love to do.
True.
How are you making sure that you actually reach the maximum of the dream that you're having here through making sure that this makes sense in the monetary terms, and that is to do with the sales? How do you market your things?
Now, we came up with a concept. As mentioned earlier by my colleague, we categorize these things in 3 categories.
Okay.
That is the play toys, that is the educational toys, and the souvenirs. So these things all have seasons. You find that there's a season for the playing material,
Yeah.
and there's a season for the educational, as you know, January and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And there's a season for the souvenir. So we identified those periods and we focused on making what comes into those seasons.
Amazing.
Yes.
And how easy actually is it to get the markets? How do you approach your market?
I wouldn't say easy, but the approach of the market is, as we have identified those 3, we make sure that at least if it's January for the schools, we divert into the schools.
Yeah.
We go one by one school, we make them known about our products so that they get to know them, and when we happen to find clients, they come and they buy. For the seasons of these play toys, we identify the festive seasons and the holiday seasons. We go into shops, we take our material there, and we find interest in
So
it.
that means the products that you're making here are market driven.
Yeah.
Whatever is at demand at a given period of time is
Definitely.
actually what you are making.
Definitely.
Do we have a vast market for these products?
Yeah, it's very wide. The market is very wide.
Okay.
Yes.
So any young person who would like to venture into this, what do you have for them?
Well, they can. You know, you start little and you grow, and there's market, as you can see. The products are good, and
Yeah.
the reception is good as well.
Okay,
Yes.
perfect. Like you've had, it's all about understanding your market. Is it a seasonal market? Then understand what is going to be selling in that season. And definitely, I'm not saying each and every one of you is going to have the skill to make these toys, but whichever business you're going to be able to do, make sure that you understand your target market and actually do products that do fit that. Lastly, what advice do you have for young people out there who would love to have initiatives like this?
Stick to your dream. Just stick to whatever you believe in.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
Thank you so much for speaking to us. That's it we had for you right here on Youth of Purpose today, and I believe today's episode has impacted on you, but also encouraged you as young people to be able to get started wherever you are, starting with what you have in your head, understanding your market, utilizing your skill, and definitely you'll be making it and making Uganda proud. For God and my country, my name is Ivan Tumkunde. See you next time.
Youth of Purpose.